Alright, everybody, welcome back to The Pale Beyond. We're going to week 8, jeez. I feel so far in the game, but yet not even close. We got 35 weeks to go and we're only at week 8. Now, I'm pretty sure the Temperance is going to, fall to pieces here. But I'm not sure. Not accessibility, actually. Maybe text. No, I don't need text size up anymore. No, I just wanna... I forget how this works half the time. It's WASD. Back. Continue. Much better. Last episode is completely glitching out on me. Anyways, let's listen to the conversation here. Doctor, how are you holding up? Still find yourself with bouts of sickness? No, that isn't a problem. It was only seasickness. Now that we're no longer on ice, my stomach is settled. For the most part. You ever feel queasiness set and... If you ever feel the queasiness setting once more, I've learned an old trick in my travels. Simply close your eyes and count backwards from 10. Worked to me a treat in my youth. Right, I'll try that. Right. Now, real quick. Feed the hoosh pot, all the penguins we own. It's not enough. Oh, but we can throw in a... yeah, spoiled rations. Because as long as we get 50 with spoiled rations, it's fine. Cavity's malnourished. But... yeah, he'll be fine. Right now, we're just going to assign one engineer there to heal some freezing. Yeah. See, it goes down. We're going to get a bunch of crew members demoralized, and hopefully the engineer we chose did not get demoralized. And then we're gonna continue to watch. As you can see, everybody's gathered around and watching the Temperance collapse. Only last week 8. You want to get as much coal out here as possible. Every single week, you want the max amount of people on coal. Because there she goes. For the rest of the game, we only have 9 coal and 12 lumber. Everything that was on there is now gone. Couldn't have spoiled rations, which would have been nice to have, but we're fine. As I used to think spell rations are bad, but you can use them as long as you get to 50. She's gone. Heads hanging low amongst the crew. Yeah. Demoralized. Watch the engineer who we just used. No, it's 2 Johns, you and you are demoralized. We'll go send Flick, I think, because I don't have a use for her right now. William, you're gonna send out 2 scouting expeditions, the rest are just gonna be hunting penguins. Junior. Sure, don't suppose you've been keeping track of the days. Of course I have. Well, you'll be pleased to know today is Imbog. Not aware of such an occasion? Not surprised you wouldn't recognize us. To us, it's a major holiday. Saltborn. Sheldon knows it well, I'm sure. It is one of the most important days of the year, Templeton. Don't expect to ask for the day off. No, Imbog often comes with a traditional feast. Thought it may be good to hold one for the sailor's sake. Yes, this is minus 25 food though, we can't afford that. A nice idea, but we cannot spare the rations. Will it be the case? Well, it was worth asking. Yeah, a little unfortunate there. Captain, take a look at this. Before the ship sank, I was checking the cabins. Well, of the missing crew. Seems they left behind a good amount of belongings, a good few books and the like. Not much use for them now. I'll put them on the top of the list to burn for fuel. We can't do that. Yes, we can. We'll need as much fuel as we can find, Miss Belford. You'll need a good reason to reserve them. These aren't simple novels. The missing crew brought with them for their leisure. They left journals behind, their diaries, logs of their life in the ship before. They can't be burned. Captain requests to hold on to these journals for my report. I think the rest of the crew would appreciate their stories being preserved. Suppose the sailors would not take kindly to burning the remnants of their lost colleagues. Hey, what else do we have? Not much else out there we can burn. It won't be necessary. Caution, keep the books for your report. Yeah, might as well load to there, it's fine. Better find something else to burn, Captain. We can't hold on to bloody well everything. Thank you, Captain. I'll show the stories told. Won't be able to do that if we freeze to death. Anyways, yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Rumble. Not sure if I said that already, but go do that. And I figured out how to record stuff off PlayStation. I just need a external hard drive. Do you have any experience with camera? No. But it can't be too complicated. Why? Did you go and break yours? No, but I was wondering if something did happen, you would at least have the parts to fix it with. I should. Question is, if I want to waste good parts on your bloody camera. Spare parts, you're hardly going to be wasting them. What more could some spare scrap be used for? You have no idea. Nice. Before we call the crew for dinner, we must send out some people. So yeah, York the Third. I'm looking for food here. There we go. Bigger penguins, the better. Everybody's on it. Alright, and actually, we can't afford to send, Yeah, we can afford to send all 3 scientists out here. Bit of decorum. Mr. Zack, Mr. Gloss, and Mrs. Gloss are marked for the hunts next week. Yeah, so some decorum we get. And, oh yeah, I gotta sign one of you to Kasha's tent. Sign crew. Flick. Now, unfortunately, we have 2 crew members left, and a few more who are demoralized, who can't do bloody well anything. Because we don't have enough dogs. Or any fish to give said dogs. Or anything for them to do. So you're always gonna have a little bit of crew left over every now and then. I'm gonna call crew for dinner. The crew have their meal. The crew return to their posts, despite the time it's still bright lights outside. Alright. At the kennel, you spot a pair of dogs engaging in aggressive conflict, teeth bared and snarling, 2 creatures snap each other. Cordell's nowhere to be seen, but the kennel master's whip was left aside, resting atop a crate as you look on. The fight begins to intensify. Dr. Cordell. You run to grab Cordell. You find her brewing the broth for the pack. And she quickly returns to the kennels upon your words. The dogs are snapping at each other once she arrives. Cordell simply shakes her head and returns to you. There's nothing to be concerned with. At times, the dog will go for the throat of another, but this is merely play. Dogs are inherently... I'm not sure what that word is. Creatures. They'll fight for dominance. Sometimes to the death, but these dogs are merely putting on a show of aggression for the others. A simple feed and they'll stop. Cordell turns back to her kennels before briefly turning her attention back to you. Regardless, thank you for informing me, Shaw. +5 loyalty. Cordell returns to the kennels as you make your way back to the camp at large. Dogs. Alright, and Templeton would like to speak to me. No, not at all. Well, to Imblog. Not quite the same with leftovers. Sorry I can't serve it more, Shaw wouldn't have it. Don't worry about the food, Junior, it's not about that. We get to celebrate it, that's what matters. Sure. Gonna call it a night, see you for breakfast. Worked with a lot of captains in my team. Half of them don't know their asses from their elbows. You're different than most. Better or worse? Different. We'll see, won't we? Watching those young pups, don't know how I had so much energy once. You're not alone there, friend. Hard to remember the days I moved without this cane. Harder to remember having both eyes. They'll look like us one day. Well, let's hope not. He stares at you before night, your sleeping bag. Yeah, he wants to get some rest. No one wants to talk to me as of currently, you guys? Oh, Kasha does. Wonder how my editor will find my report in its finished state. It was a nightmare getting my plague stories published. Only the Daily Appeal was willing to pick it up, and they're hardly the most reputable of papers. To your awards, I'm sure any other paper would take you on. That's true, but I don't know if I'd accept. The Daily Appeal is far from the perfect newspaper. But they trusted my writings, and no one other did. Faith like that shouldn't go unrewarded, I think. Yeah, need to finish developing that. Hello? Oh, hello. Do you need something? When did you become a doctor? Oh, that was quite recent. I'm young in this line of work. Do you think I could be a doctor? Well, if you study, yes. Can I have one of your books? Of course. Doctor hands him a small book. Runt leaves excited. Isn't his name Timmy? Let me go look again. Yeah, his name's Timmy. Timmy Ward, because Ward's his last name. His name's Doug Ward. Imagine, who names their child John when their last name's John? I mean, it does make for a good nickname. Evening. Been thinking all day about my mother, my father, my sister. Never quite struck me that there's a chance I'll never see them again, isn't there? Sorry, I shouldn't bring up such things. Well, we'll get you back home, Arthur, I promise. Oh, thank you. I appreciate what you're doing, Robin. Captain Shaw. Yeah, the rest of you have nothing to say to me. And I think that's everyone and everything. Listen to everybody's stories. Yes, we continue to next week. It's only getting colder. And the nights have begun. Yeah, now we do have to do normal fuel rations. If we don't want anyone to get freezing. But I'm perfectly fine with one crew member developing freezing. Research, Vel crew. Yeah, it's because we should have 3 crew freezing here, which 2 engineers will simply solve that, correct? Cavity's no longer malnourished because we fed him. Yeah, and then these guys are demoralized, so we lose Decorum. Yeah, Tosh is now freezing. That's 3, since we have engineer's equipment. When we raise it, it'll go up by 2, and then we'll get an additional. So, watch this. We want to do this first before we go clicking anything else up. You see Hammond hard at work in the boiler. Shite. Hard at work, I see. Have to be. If I sit with me thumb up me ass, I'd be dead before we'd all be dead before we know it. Don't leave me asleep at my post. You need something, Captain? No, just checking in. You don't need to. If there's any problems, you'll know. I know what I'm doing, Shaw, if that's what you're wondering. If you don't need anything, I'll be getting back to work. Well, seems like the crew are adapting nicely. Getting on with the jobs like clockwork. Feels like we're back on the open ocean again. They know we're in for the long haul. Well, I'll see to it they keep up the good work. You see to it that they're entertained while the work is done. Aye. You're short on words, aren't you? Prefer to talk through your music, eh? A sailor with the heart of a poet. Sure. Grilly always seemed grumpy to me. Captain, we have had our share during the hunting season, but that appears to be winding down. Wouldn't put my faith in there being abundance of game in the coming weeks. Yeah, that's something a little unfortunate. As we scout around more, we're not going to find as much food, and we only have 2. We have a few Emperor Penguins, but that's it. We need as much food as possible. Junior. Sure, got a matter we need to settle up yet. I don't see a problem here. Tucker was going through his personal belongings on the ship. We found this. A tin of treats, biscuits, confectionaries. Quite a lot. No, I was hardly hiding them away. Just my own private selection. A gift from my grandmother before the expedition. Baked them herself. I understand you see this as your personal item, and that was true at one point. But as it stands, food is food, and we need all we can get. You cannot reasonably hold it all to yourself. They're hardly filling, they're just some biscuits. They're filling enough. Listen, now's not the time to keep something like this to yourself. Hold on to the Tucker, but don't waste them. We can use them in a pinch. Of course, of course. But thank you, Captain. I kind of want to take it from him, but at the same time I feel like Junior's not going to like it. But at the same time, we really need all the food we can get. Got anything for the hooch pot? Aye. Every penguin I can fit in there. Of course. Would have been better to do this in the first place, because then we would have gotten extra food. But, oh well. She needs fuel for the week. One thing a call will do. 2 engineers will heat up 3 people. 1 malnourished sailor will be cured. And assign crew for interview. Who's demoralized? Gnomes is demoralized. I don't think we'll have time to get to 2 Johns. His demoralization will just vanish. Alright. Flip. Food, yes. That extra 1 from everything might not seem like a lot, but it's really worth it. Everything will basically... Oh, okay. So this will cause both people I put on this hunt to be wounded, I'm pretty sure. But anyways, these guys are no good for food. They're mostly worth fuel. Which we're gonna need anyways. So, Runsta and Lefty. Have at 'em. I really said the man of 1 arm. And... what's his face? Well, not the best idea. The man of 1 eye. Grab their meal. The crew returned to their posts. Despite the time, it's still bright outside. Yep, now the conversations. Barely any taste in these frickin' cigs. We mentioned that before. What brand are they anyways? Apperton. Same group who tends those peaches. Yeah, they're shite. At least there's plenty of it. Would rather there wasn't. You know they'd be craving at a time like this? Suppose not. I don't know. What do they know about tobacco? Fair point. I should probably finish cleaning my equipment. Alright, Cordell again. Evening, Captain. There was a song that found itself stuck in my head earlier. Don't so please I began humming it. I fear I may have to make it a habit. Music reminds me of home. I take it the same for you? There is no home to be reminded of. I prefer to keep moving. Perhaps the ability to do so is what I miss. Alright, we talk to you, talk to you. Junior doesn't want to talk. Grinley doesn't want to talk. Kurt doesn't want to talk. What's that? Where are the doctor's books? Since when could you read? It's got pictures, Ta. You're interested in medicine, are you? A little. Better work than this, anyways. Yeah, nobody wants to talk, and Templeton's talking to Kasha. So let's go over there. Reading, Mr. Templeton? Yes, that's typical to find light. Do those your age still... do English. Do those your age still read, or has intellectualism passed us by? I haven't read chilling horrors like yourself. Is that a collection, Mr. Templeton? It's a good read, nonetheless. So time for the evening, I'll see if I'm on request. Yeah, so no one left to talk to. No food, no fuel needs to be thrown in the hoosh pot. We're out of spoiled food, which kind of sucks. Yeah, kind of want that. I'm willing to throw in another thing of coal, as we're not wasting any, and it just means I don't have to throw in any later. It's better to do something now than to forget it later. Anyways, yeah, 1 crew will be cured of their malnourishment. And again, we're fine with 1 crew member developing freezing. And I'm fine with losing 10 decorum here. Yeah, 5 emperor penguins, 3 elephant seals, and the dogs are ready to be sent back out, but Cavity becomes freezing. Runstad becomes freezing. Runstad was wounded by elephant seals in the sled hunt. And Gnome's spirits raised. Their third lung malnourished. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw Runstad into the medical post. Yeah, Gnomes is freezing as well. I mean, we actually only have to use 1 engineer here, because Runstad will be cured of both, but I'm just going to use both anyways, most likely. Yeah, we -5 decorum here, because... not sure why again, but we'll do this first before we do anything else. These are getting darker, Captain. Crew's been asking about using more oil to fuel the lamps. I was holding the paste off, but I figured I should ask you. Lamplight is not an unreasonable request. That's oil for the boiler. It's more important than making dinners brighter. Also makes it easier to work, Mr. Hammond. Aye, well, it's the captain's decision. Yeah, cause see this loses 20 fuel. We're not willing to do that. They'll make do with what they have. The furnace comes first. Aye, I thought so. Now I can tell them it's captain's orders if they come sniffing around again. Captain Templeton, I won't keep you both too long. After dinner, we should discuss about the future direction of this crew. Suppose we should consider moving camp closer to the direction of rescue. Indeed, as for where that should be, well, we'll talk later. Very well. Alright. Honestly, I'd prefer to use, I honestly prefer it when my engineers develop freezing. Medbay. Oi. Cavity needs healing. Which I can still assign more to medbay later. No, I can't. So once you assign someone to medbay, that's it. Can no longer assign anyone else. Wait, let's put all the penguins. Yes, these guys are good for both Hoosh and it cures crew members of freezing. So we will save those for later. We have just enough food to scrap by there. As we can't have anyone to... Actually, we could let someone develop malnourishment and cure it later. I might be willing to do that, actually. There you go, caper seals. Surprised I actually remember the name of those. And then over here, hope we get something that does not require scientists. There we go. Which will send you there as well. And we do not, unfortunately, have enough dogs left to do this, as this will cost us 3 dogs, and we only have 2. Problem with taking another one of these is because you always end up with 2 dogs. If you don't... Well, first off, it reduces it by 2. So for most places, we only need 3 or 4 instead of 5 or 6. It allows us to do at least 3 things. Yeah, these 3 things if there's no scouting. Which is fine. But yeah, we only have 3 crew members left. We might as well just assign someone here anyways to get more research. Which we only have scientists left. So, talk to Mr. Isaac. Yeah, plus a little bit of decorum is always nice. Call the crew for dinner. The crew have their meal. Yeah, but just look at the drawing here. It looks amazing. There's Lefty just standing there staring at his food. Engineers sitting next to each other, probably discussing the boiler. A dog trying to steal Templeton's food. The scientist waiting in line behind everybody else. Hammond waiting here with his arms crossed. Cordell holding out her hands to get food. Runt's playing with the dog. Kurt's over here probably telling everybody a story instead of eating. And there's Cavity and Tucker talking. Here's the scouts and Kasha talking. There's the other scout. Gnomes and Tasha talking. 2 Jones just sitting there and grimly playing the accordion. Crew turn to their posts. By the time it's still bright outside. Yeah, but it's about to get much darker as it becomes winter. You got a cold night. Alright. Grimly? No. Cordell? Apologies. The tune has not left my head in weeks. At the very least, I found a manner to calm the pack. It calms the dogs, the way the tune never leave your head. I have forgotten the melody so much else. It is a relief that retains something from before the expedition. Anything I can carry in my mind from the ice. Yeah, and Kurt's not over there because he's staying over here. Let's zoom in. You wish to speak with us, Kurt? Indeed I did. Have you noticed anything about the ground beneath our feet, Captain? It's not about to give way, is it? Not immediately, no. We're looking at the early stages of ice breaking apart. If we don't want to join the dear old Temperance, we need to be moving out for the week. Is that so? If we stop packing for tomorrow, we'll be safe to move from the beginning of next week. Any longer than that, we'll be dipping our toes into water. Well, it is inevitable that we shall keep constant movement, even ignoring the changing ice. Our rescue vessel will not be searching for us here. Get the word out, Kurt. We leave in a week. I will, Captain. To stay is death. We're moving on. Thank you, Kurt. Have a good evening, Templeton. Captain. Oh yeah, it's Hammond. We have to move camp within the coming week. Aye, if we wait around any longer, it will be swallowed up. Captain Shaw has been cautious. We're still to set and match the arrival of rescue. Aye, let's not waste any more bloody time. The boiler is not going to last forever. Yeah, none of them want to talk to me. Doctor, you seem worse for wear this evening. Sorry, I have not had much sleep lately. Something disturbing your rest. Just some bad dreams. A shame, a shame. Go get some rest early, Arthur. I'll inform you if an emergency arises. Oh, thank you, Kurt. You can thank me for a good night's sleep. Captain, the sailor folk amongst the crew seem to resent my reports. So-born people are rather private about their culture, especially when someone like myself is asking. Wondering, is my report invasive? Am I taking advantage? You know their ways, Captain. I'm sure you understand. You're telling an objective story, nothing more. If the sailors take issue, they'll speak up. Part of me hopes they will. I don't know where I stand with them. As it stands, it's hard to tell what they think. I should probably finish cleaning my equipment. Love how he's always cleaning his equipment even when he doesn't use it. You're not gonna say anything. I think I already talked to you. And yeah. Alright, that's everyone we can use. We have 2 members of the crew left who are both scientists. It's nighttime now. I think I'm gonna let someone develop malnourishment here. That's just so much decorum loss. We can only do one of these, and I say right now it's harder to find fuel than it is to find food. So 1 crew member will become malnourished. The next we will add 25 to this, and we'll feed them enough that we'll still have some food left over, and we cure them. Yeah, 2 Jones becomes freezing, Tucker becomes freezing. Runsdow is cured of his wounds. And Mr. Gloss has become malnourished, which is fine. Because by the end of the week, we can cure both that with just 1 engineer and 50 food. Meaning, well, we always have more people than we need. Except when it comes to late game, you'll never have enough people. That's why you want to make sure you do not lose a single soul. Because, man, it's hard. After a hard morning dragging the boats, the crew come across deeper snow ahead. Captain, snow on the ice is getting deeper. We need to find a path through before dragging the whole crew through it. Be happy to take up reins. Basically leave it to one of your scouts, Mr. Darling. The ice behind us is encroaching. We need not lag behind a man for Kane. Your limp isn't that bad, Templeton. Bad enough. Time is of the essence. Very well. You can't go wrong with my team anyways. Any one of them is capable of finding a path in the ice. Captain, if you want to judge the course yourself, you should go ahead with them. Be advised. We do not know what lies ahead. Best not make any unnecessary risks. No, Kurt's right. I should head with them. If you don't do this, I'm pretty sure someone dies. We'll take Yorick III. I like his name. Yorick III, you're with me. Let's go. You and Yorick III trudge farther ahead, keeping your eyes out for dips in the snow that could damage the boats. It isn't long before you both hear a sound from ahead. Stop. The eggshell surface flow erupts, revealing a large, slimy creature mounts a gape that flies with razor-sharp teeth. Leopard seal. Okay, so we're gonna use the bolt-action revolver. We're gonna fire. Piercing the flesh of the sea leopard, the beast continues onwards. The animal's gaining speed. Reload. You do not want to keep blading at all. You jet the bolt back and forth, reload the weapon. Fire. The shot connects. The beast drops lifeless on the ice. If you had failed that, you would have died. Inches from Yorick III, shaken but still alive. Harvesting for food. It takes 2 sledding dog teams to drag the creature onto stable ice. Processing and packing the seal leopard's meat, a trove of undigested fish found in its stomach cavity. The fish's rations. Can't afford to waste any food out here. There's other food that I want is to be able to feed the dogs, the fish, and gain them back later. Alright. Captain Shaw's personal log. What are these personal logs? Is there nothing we can do in this one, or is it just glitched? There we go. A new camp has been erected on the ice floe. The prospects of land is still far off. By all estimates, it appears that summer has arrived on the ice, a prime occasion for hunting, and comparable respite from the truly freezing temperatures, the worst of which are yet to come. With the arrival of summer comes a promise of winter. We must not lose sight of what comes ahead. The greatest challenge to the crew must be ready. Right. The long night winter will be the greatest challenge to the crew. The crew must be ready, lest they be torn apart by unbelievable temperatures, a lack of food, and harsh, cutting blizzards that are yet to come. Sign off. The beast is quite a specimen. Wonder if we'll counter another of its kind. We can, but I don't really think you'd want to. Captain. Close one yesterday, wasn't it? Let's hope there are any more of those beasties looking to make dinner of us. Aye. Okay, so coal goes in. No point in doing that. Throw on a bit more coal. Not enough. We'll throw on a seal. Now it's time for the hoosh pot. We'll throw in enough seals to get 50. Along with an additional 3 food because one of those malnourished means this is probably the best way to do it. Along we still have 4 caper seals, 3 elephant seals, and 1 leopard seal left, which will give us 24 hoosh and cure demoralization. And if we need, it's emergency fuel. Elephant seal is fuel if we need emergency food. Need to keep that in mind and not waste it. These are precious resources, cannot afford it. Let's talk to everyone before we go and do anything now. Man, I love the music in this game, but I'm going to turn it down a little bit, as I remember last time the music was a bit too loud compared to my voice. The dogs have been on edge ever since that creature attacked. They prefer to be the hunters in the ice. Let's hope whatever we'll never see a repeat of the situation. What is that? Is that the darn leopard seal? It is. I mean, I assume. It's so big. Do you think there's another out there? I do. It's just common sense. Okay. Captain. This territory ice we find ourselves on would seem we have the pick of the litter. The ice is teeming of life. Life has never counted ours in the past. Be able to hunt to our heart's content. It seems it'd be wise to spend a good deal of time here. It would seem that way, however, we will not be able to stay here forever. Kurt has left me with the assessments of the coming danger. The ice is not stable. Put simply, have dead ice encroaching behind us, and the risk of a pressure bridge bubbling up and forming ahead of us. We cannot stay for too long, lest we find ourselves trapped here. Still, it's a worry for another time. For now, our main concern is the crew. They're shaken from the attack. Of course. That's not what I meant. The time as Captain Expedition has surpassed that of Captain Hunt himself. But it's not the case in all eyes. So loyalty runs deep in their veins. Take the Stoke brothers, for instance. They voted against you. They still speak of Hunt as captain. They refuse the moniker of you. Actually, Junior is loyal to us. In fact, everyone except for Cordell and Grimly are loyal to us. Every song the other one plays in his accordion, the traditional song for sea folk. His loyalty to Hunt is as clear as day. And be careful around those two. All that is needed is one insubordinate with enough pull to lead the crew astray. Duly noted, Templeton, I will be careful. I'm simply stating what we should look out for. Regardless, you have some requests to deal with. They're waiting outside. Alright, Stanberry, my friends. Arf. Should not be of your master dog. Please do not bother the captain. Apologies, Shaw. No doubt Stanberry smelled the scent of the latest catch on you. Latest catch? Some fish was added to the stores, I take it. Stanberry has quite a taste for it. You suggested we feed it to the dogs. You wish. I assure you they have enough to eat, though. I'm certain the pack would enjoy it, but we cannot allow them to grow spoiled. Come, Stanberry. Old creatures. Captain Shaw, this area is teeming of life, naive life at that. These creatures have never seen humans before, they don't even know to run. Some will even approach out of curiosity. In my opinion, we should be engaging in these hunts as often as possible when we can. Agreed. Thank you, Cordell. Cordell exits. Well, despite all that, we managed to land ourselves a hefty piece of meat, a leopard seal, and the fish head's belly. It's up to you how you prepare it, Shaw. Feasting on the thing would be nice. We shouldn't be wasting meat. Let's save the steel meat until it's needed. You'll be disappointed to hear that, Shaw. Now their hopes have been turned into the damn thing. I understand, but you have to understand. Captain, I had this bottle of wine for my personal storage. My wife and I plan to enjoy it on a trip home, but it seems much farther out than we first believed. So we thought, why not chat with the crew? Bring in the new camp proper. An excellent idea, thank you. Agreed, a little drink will help raise the spirits. Pardon the pun. I still don't understand that pun. Is there something to do with spirits and alcohol? I mean, I've heard that before, but I never understood it. Maybe it's because I don't know a thing about wine. You just walking now? Couldn't sleep. Scared of another steel attack, eh? Well, at least you're honest about it. I think I'm using the same voice for like 3 different characters. Oh well. Alright, Cordell's not here. Well, anyways, we should not continue the next day. Instead, we must scout. Please be food. Yes. Wipe out the penguins. Research penguin nests, I'll actually do. And then I think we have enough. No, it costs 3 dogs. 3 dogs is the minimum for everything. Meaning I would actually prefer we had 1 extra dog, but we don't, unfortunately. We can perform hunts on things such as this. Actually, we have enough for emperor penguins. Which will cost us 5 dogs, which we do not have. And we'll hunt a ton of them, but I think we lose all that research. So we're going to feed fish to the dogs and get 2 more available dogs. That way I can explore in this direction. We find these penguins here, which we'll harvest tomorrow. The fish ain't worth much to me. Anyways, now for today, I think we might want to keep things normal because we're at below half decorum. And okay, now a bunch of things are happening because that's right. We can't end the day yet. Sure. Heard the photographer call me songs poetry earlier. Never thought about being a poet. Can't even write. You're right, I heard the music you use. Poetry is not the word I would use either. You see, if this is Hammond, this is what I'd say, because he understands sarcastic humor. This guy don't like any form of humor. Writing is a requirement. Poetry is talking to. They might as well sing at this point. Poets just lazy musicians. Captain, you needn't call me here so frequently. You receive updates each day. You should focus on the crew and your own rest. And yet you do not decline my invitation. True. This is highly direct order, is it? Afraid you have me there. Very well then, what do you wish to discuss? Lost in thoughts. Our encounters with the wildlife has left me rather perturbed. We can only be thankful that none were harmed. Indeed. Overheard some crew about how they English. Overheard some crew talking about how they missed proper food back on land. Ungrateful bastards. Should have smacked them. Can't blame them though. We've been out here quite a while. Their complaints are ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with your food. I know that, as do they, I bet. Still, they missed something. That's fair. For me, it's the sea I miss. You look a bit shaken, Chief. Worried about another attack from the beasties? Hey, we're worried about one of them getting into this boiler. If it's wrecked, we're done for. Think we should have overnight watch then? I'll handle it. Of course you will. Of course. Evening. The rescue ship better be coming. Don't trust the benefactor to fall through though. Do you trust Templeton? Nope. Man knows what he's doing. He's loyal to the business first and foremost. Can't say I blame him. I'm not sure why I get loyalty from that. That was definitely Joe. That was definitely... No, I don't actually know. I don't remember Two John's voices. That was definitely Two John's coat we found, wasn't it? You think they're still out there? What may surprise? Man's tough for an old man. We don't know how long that jacket was there. Don't get your hopes up. Captain, tell them not to get carried away. They're gone. Don't get carried away in fantasy. See? Nah, that jacket means something. It could mean Joe froze to death. Well, don't you have a sunny disposition? I'm being realistic. Alright, cool down. Never attended theater, Captain. It's a lecture I've not indulged in quite some time. Good 10 years at least. I've seen a few plays in my time, yes. That's good to know. Perhaps we can trade experiences from some time. Enjoying the craft of theater is quite the escape, Captain. A shame it's a luxury we cannot carry with us on the ice. Stars you before I need to sleep, I guess. Because now he gets to sleep next to these lovely rotting fish. I mean, they're not rotten, but they're probably rotting. Where is the rest of the... Oh, yeah, that's right, Nutley and Gosh over here. I don't get this. Where is this dialogue coming from? Oh. For some reason, I'm listening from here, but they're all the way over here. At least it points to them for me. Timmery. Not Timmery. Jimmy, don't be wandering off. I'm fine, Dad. Stick close to me. You don't know what's out there. I said I'm fine. Make way towards the main camp, approaching Kurt as he speaks to Nutley. Well, it's not that I find use in it. I understand having the struggles of pressure put on you at a young age. So saying you were nervous when you were my age? No, of course not. I was 6'5", starring in rugby. But of course, I can empathize. The approach noticed Kasha following close behind, a few steps back for some hesitation. Kurt's eyes catch you, so calls above over. Ah, Captain Shaw is helping our good doctor. Our first trip into the ice doesn't shake, and I'm calming his spirits. You see, this is bad for Kurt, this is bad for Nutley, and this is bad for Kasha. I'd rather take the hit for Kasha. Kurt, you haven't spoken to Kasha before, she's quite a fan. Well, there's no need to say that, Captain. Oh, that's so. Kurt smiles as he puffs out of his chest with confidence, happy to hear a fan aboard the crew. Well, fan sounds childish, simply followed your career for a long time. Ah, no need to be modest, I've encountered many a fan in my time. Must explain your habit of snapping photos of myself from a distance. Kasha shakes her head. That's not it, your statue simply makes you more impactful image. Same with Nutley and his constant look of abject terror. That makes for a good photo? Look amazing, it's great work, keep it up. Thank you? That's not to sell our good doctor short, I'm sure with time, he'll feature in images with statue rivaling my own. Then he stares at the floor. Probably don't have it in me. Not compared to the rest of the crew. The rest? Yes, I look at someone like Hammond rescuing the boiler, Kasha cover the plagues in the streets, and you of your famous expeditions. What do I have? Kasha steps forward in the conversation. This is some kind of jape. You're a doctor, you perform surgery, that's brave enough as it is. Oh, thank you. You're a trained surgeon? You're a trained surgeon. None of the rest of us can say that. I love these other ones. We need to be brave in this situation, and you assume he's capable of actually performing surgery. What are these ones that are just like, Ben, how can I piss off the crew in the best way possible? I mean, this would go well for Hammond. Hammond would make this kind of remark. But not seriously. This seems actually serious. It's true that you're a viable part of the crew. If you weren't here, 3 crew members would already be dead. I am? Right, yes, I am. Thank you, Captain Shaw. Aye. We're all doing a good job pulling our weight around here. Then returns to his tent as Kurt begins to share stories by the campsite of Kasha. The young journalist is keen on taking notes. Alright, and now... nobody else wants to talk. Evening, Shaw. I've been out here for quite a while, haven't we? Long as I've been on ice, no doubt. Put on a brave face for the young ones. Ah, that's the plan. Can't imagine what's running through your head. Not even I'm prepared for lengthy stay. It must weigh heavy on them. Alright. Next day, I'm gonna do basic rations because I don't really think I can afford to not. Oh, that's right. Fuel needs to be at high. You know what? We don't have enough fuel for that. I would if we did have enough fuel for this. Now that I know it's 25 instead of the original 100 I thought it was. But this is fine. If anything, we should lower it. We'd love to lower it by 10 decorum. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah, because you're gonna return home with penguins. And then now, because it's getting even colder, I think 2 people per sled hunt become freezing? I'm not sure. Yeah. That is... You're no longer malnourished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people are freezing. 2 is only 3, and then... This is bad. Oh, we do have those elephant seals. We can throw them in and that cures freezing, because their oil is just so much that... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? This is fine. As we'll cure 3 here. We'll not be able to cure 1. So we'll throw 2 of these in here, along with, well, that's it, actually. They make good fuel. Now, nobody's freezing. And then the hoosh pot will, as always, throw in every last penguin we have. Delicious penguins, you know. You just love to eat them. Throw in a few of these seals. We want to keep at least 50, that way we know in case we do need the decorum. We approach Hammond at the boiler. Morning. Starting to miss the ship. Got spare time in my hands now. First time for anything. You say that like it's a bad thing. Spare time's a poison. You want to avoid it when you can. True. I don't like having spare time. You just sit there doing nothing? I mean, come on. It's boring. There's nothing to do. And it's more tiring than actually doing something. But then again, a lot of the times I do just do nothing. Although I do want to do something, I'm simply too lazy to do something. It makes absolutely no sense. I want to do something, yet I don't, because I'm too lazy. I'm not accusing you of anything. The way do you keep launching questions at me? I told you on the ship the engineering was impeccable. Why do we sink, Hammond? Why am I sentenced to the ice? I have more important things to be good on with, Templeton. I just need to know what happened to the Temperance. Was it sabotage? They stop and turn to you. Captain, good for you to join us. Templeton was just interrogating me. Not an interrogation. We'll have questions here, Mr. Hammond. You must have questions of your own, Hammond. Aye. Too right, I believe do. Does you all not even know who the bloody benefactor is? Templeton looks between the 2 of you and considers the moment. Lieutenant scans the room before moving to pick up a food tin in the corner. Lifts a tin and throws it towards you. Expect tin. It's Apperton Tinning Company. Tinned fresh peaches. Consumed within 3 days of opening. Are you serious? This is just paying for this. You might die in the middle of fucking nowhere for a tinned food company, sure. They have additional investments. Fairly sure we used to ship these in the merchant navy. It's no matter anyways, money is good. This changes nothing about the mission. The mission's still survival, not money. Goals, but I'm certain you would appreciate handsome pay as reward for said survival. 2 men observe each other. Are we all in agreement, Captain? Aye, for now. Hammond exits. Right then, we need to raise decorum somehow, and I forgot to send anyone to Kasha last time. Let's take Mr. Gloss first. Captain, pleased to say I have quite the headache this morning. The crew have greatly appreciated the wine. It's only a shame we have to wait until we're back on land for more. Grand celebration for our return home is in order. Well now, let's concern ourselves with getting home. Let's not celebrate too early. Of course not, still, time to be had. Captain. The sunlight won't last forever, you know. No time like present to play a game of rugby. Game of the crew, is that what you're suggesting? Why not? Keeps spirits high and keeps the blood pumping. An active crew is a healthy crew. Why is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people who can't do anything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can't do math. An active crew is a healthy crew. A simple game always did wonders in my old expedition. Alright, 3 to 5 crew. All the scientists. And I wish I could look at the map right now, but I think I'm only going to send out once. No, I want to send out at least 2 scouting parties if we don't find any food. And then Tosh. One from the extra, the crew will enjoy it. Oh, it's sure to be a lark. Chances like this don't come often, Captain. Sure. There's stock of our current food after leaving the temperance camp. We're burning through fuel stores at a fair rate. Luckily, the game's abundant here. It should not be difficult to stockpile for other food stores. For the time being, yes. Winter's approaching fast. With it, the game's starting to dry up. We need to make the most of our time out here if we're going to survive the winter. What's your estimate, Mr. Stoke? Hard to say, but we'll need enough food to last us 12 weeks. 12 weeks. That's the bare minimum, assuming the tightest possible rations during winter. Understood. Thank you, Junior. Junior exits. Captain, we have a great opportunity to increase our food stores by a considerable degree. We must consider the approaching winter. If not enough food to last the winter, survival is not possible. Sure, notice something. Crew goes into those interviews with photographers, all shaken, but they're always feeling better when they come out. Seems speaking of Belfield helps alleviate some of the stress and trauma. I just thought you should know. Well, Captain, we should continue to send any shaken crew her way. You know, that was already explained to me, I didn't really need you to tell me, but sure. Captain, perhaps you've noticed some discontent among the crew. Sidewise glances and the like. Have you? Indeed I have. You may think that the eldest Stoke for that. Perhaps you should listen to what he's been playing for the crew of late. Songs of disrespect, songs of mutiny. Seems like he intends to sow distrust for you among the crew. He's becoming a problem. What do you suggest we do? Cannot say. Stoke seems to have rather dug in his heels. You need to find a way to appease him. Either that, or remove his accordion from his equipment. I'll have to hear these songs first for myself. Very well, hear them for yourself. Alright. Life's better when you're not... Life's better when you're not lugging equipment off a ship, don't you think? You're one of the young ones. I have to start my back out every day. Some well-deserved rest coming our way. If you think it's the end of work, you got another thing coming. Alright, well, time to send out expeditions, yeah, because we do have one penguin group. And then if we don't find food here, we're going to send out another after we get food. Send every last man we can. So that leaves us as 5, which is just enough for another hunt. But we don't have enough people. We're missing just 1. It ain't worth it if we can't send everybody. We have 3. Oh no, we have 3. Yeah, we have 3 minimal characters of crew. So this is why I like to convert Runt over to like medical. It's very useful later on. Alright. Call the crew for dinner. The crew had their meal. And look, now everything's changed. See, now Arthur's waiting here, and it's mostly the same setup, but now Arthur's here waiting, and Runt's sitting here next to the 2 engineers instead of like sitting there. Alright, dinner shared, stores are traded. Alright, well first, Captain, something occurred to me. I know seemingly little of your life. You've invited me here several times now, and I've given little thought onto asking you about your own affairs. A staggering lack of etiquette, would you agree? Wouldn't you agree? Well, is there something you wanted to know? No, not particularly. As made a remarking on his back. I still have no interest in prying. You're Captain Shaw, that is all I need to know. Sure. Look at me as an old man. Don't mistake me, I know I'm getting up there in years. But I'm a father, not a grandfather. It came back today, Kurt. You see, in real life, this is what I'd say. You're perfectly capable if that's what you're asking. In a way, yes. I suppose it's more pressing issues than the grey hair. It's alright, Robin. I don't mind being seen as an old man. Just as long as I'm not a useless old man. Exactly. The time has passed, our benefactor may have realized that disaster has occurred. I have known our benefactor for quite some time. Rest assured that I'm giving up on this expedition. Let us hope not, or hope rise in their rescue ship. We can trust them to send rescue. Responsibility on surviving long enough to see it lies on our end. You notice the sailors are seated around the campfire. listening with attention as Grimly plays on his accordion. As he continues playing, the crew join in for a song.
Captain has a frozen arse, hard as rock, no thawing soon. Never tells which way is south, hardly tells their arse from mouth. They never had a notion for taking our command. Send us to the hells for biscuits, we eat out of their hands. We eat out of their hands. Captain Hunt could take a ship further than his fingertip. Captain Shaw can't move a pace. What a waste of hauling space. They never had a notion for taking our command. Send us to the hells for biscuits, we eat out of their hands. We eat out of their hands.
Honestly, this is probably the best song I ever heard. Although it does give me more insight on what the crew actually sound like, which I do like. I just wish I knew for sure, because I can't find voices to fit them all. I'd love to know what they actually do sound like. Lovely. Laugh it off. Another laugh and the crew look at you. Begin to laugh in turn. Yeah, there we go, plus 10 decorum. Festivities of dinners wind down as they return to their business. Aye. Captain, never thought I'd say it, but I'm starting to miss being on proper land. There's more drink back on land. Ah, it does have that going for it. A lot of bad memories back on land, though. Shouldn't you be with your father, lads? I'm grown enough. It's the same at your age. Aye, long time ago. Yeah. Consider yourself lucky someone's taking care of you, lad. You know, I used to be much taller than Grimly when we were growing up. But it was piss him off something fierce, being the older brother. Even Hunt would poke fun. Don't know why I'm remembering that now, though. I don't suppose he'd appreciate me poking fun, would he? He'd hit you, no doubt. He even tried to have Captain Hunt a few times. Would it mates just ask me if Token could ciphers about him to feel? Didn't think they were serious, but I had a bloody good laugh watching in the Kennelmaster's face when he suggested it. Sure, you tell Cordell I'll watch Kasha work on you. I'll watch Kasha work on your obituary. I still find this funny every time. Well, you got a funny one there, are ya? Pretty sure it's Captain's job to pass the message. You should try it. I know there's an option for saying, well, could they? And then Helmet opens his eyes and like, you're not serious, are ya? And you lose some loyalty. I really wish I could say this. Do you think the dogs could ever the word to fuel her? Man, no. A lot of people don't think I'm funny. I think I'm funny, though. Captain, do you have any children of your own? I do. You miss them? Most of the crew don't know what it's like. You know, I just told a lie there. Because I told Captain Hunt I don't. I told this guy I do. It's one or the other. I'm flattered, but I really ought to be getting some rest, Shaw. I love playing this game. I don't even know how long I've been playing it for. I'd just play the whole thing in one video if I could. Hunt had a magician on it. English, not magician. Musician. Hunt had a musician on his crew when I was a small one. Learned how to make and play an accordion from him. Then he just left. Always wondered what would happen to him. I take it they were a carpenter as well? Aye. Took up both roles. As a woman who showed interest. Good to have some music for your dinner, is it not? Suppose we should take what's given to us. I intended to bring a phonograph, but there wasn't enough space among my equipment. A shame, but I do quite enjoy what we have now. Captain, something worrying occurred to me. The time has passed, the Bills back on land will know that something went wrong. My parents are optimists, but they've no doubt done their research on an expedition such as this. They must be missing you dearly. No doubt. Well, all the more reason to return home. Can't let them waste away waiting for me. Captain, I realized something. The time has passed now, my family, and I know something went wrong. Well, they must be mortified. Her mother. Can't imagine what must have happened. I'm sure your father is more concerned for his son than he is mortified. Yes, of course, but point me in the direction of the expedition. That must weigh heavy. Alright, yeah, everybody else is done for the day. We have 3 crew members left. Nothing we can do with them. Because I ain't sending this crew up here unless we have exactly enough and we do not have a scout. I mean, what would have been smart here is to put another sailor in and 1 less scout. But, lessons learned. You gotta plan everything before, like what you're gonna do for the week by looking at the map first, then figuring out who you're gonna assign if anyone asks to be assigned anywhere. Nice. Weekends. And it's about to get even colder, to where we'll have to, not even high fuel rations will save us from the cold. Well, I was just gonna do normal for both, as we should have enough rations specifically for everything to go back up to 50. As long as since everybody's freezing, I can't really afford to make people become freezing. Yep. And since we have 3 of these now, I think that means now we send out people 3 on each expedition will become freezing. I mean, we're going to need a lot of ways to cure freezing and have to let a few people develop frostbite. Unfortunate, but it must be done. Alright, Hammond. Morning, Captain. I think I'm going to miss summer when it leaves us. Why is that? What do you mean it's colder? Colder means having to waste more fuel in this bloody thing. Looking forward to that, let me tell ya. Trying to stay warm. No, I'm not. Oh, Emperor penguins are better for food. I'm gonna have to throw in 3 lumps of coal. Don't really wanna, but just have to. There we go, Emperor penguins and caber seals. Throw them right into the hoosh pot. And then have the both engineers of Ricky and Grips. Well, you're the crew, they're freezing now. This one wandered into my tent this morning. Come along, Pascal. Do not bother the doctor. Did he get into any of your stores by any chance? No, he just woke me from my sleeping bag. He was looking at my face. Friendly one, no need to be frightened, doctor. I'm not. Of course. You know, Richard, I much prefer a hearty dinner of wild game to what we've had. Never could stomach those tinned rations. Least of all peaches. Is that so? I admit it, I may be a little biased. Where I'm from, you get fresh peaches by the bundle right off the tree. Bite into one of those and it takes me right back to my childhood. Yes, peaches are native to your home island as well, I understand. Appleton did quite the flavor justice when they decided you should have them. It's all too processed, I'd say. Well, conscience has to be made in order to encourage future production. Are you sure there's no truth to flavor, or do you simply prefer to live off the land? You know, it may just be that. I admit, there's a certain satisfaction in coloring a meal yourself. It's how we all did it hundreds of years back. Thankfully, those days are long behind us. We must attend to the day's request. I also love how the characters disappear from where they are. They just, it looks like they teleport. They just slowly fade from existence. Alright, Kurt Hammond, not Lee, the run to Mr. Zack. Captain, I've been thinking. What is it, young man? Well, I'm not a very good sailor, I'm small, and not very strong. I was sorry to hear that. I never realized that Ron had a scar on his face. I never did realize that. But I still want to help. There's plenty of sailors, but not many scouts, or scientists, or engineers. Those roles require quite specialized skills. I can learn. Dr. Nutley lended me his books. I've been learning to read. I can still help just a little. Going into doctoring is out of the question in this scenario, but training is not out of the question. We'll do the general spell, you can taught the basics, enough to lend a hand at least. That's what I thought. Captain, please. Alright, having another scout is absolutely useless. Engineer would be nice, but it's better to just have a doctor. Because I can cure anything from malnutrition to frostbite. Thank you, Wade Nutley. From now on, you're his assistant. Okay, I will. Thank you, Captain. Dr. Nutley is only lacking in proper experience, but he knows his theory. Perhaps a spare pair of hands is exactly what the doctor needed. Retaining Runt has given the clamp +1 maximum doctor slots. Now, if I do have any doctors left, I had 3 doctors left at one point, and I should have just... not doctor scientists, I should have just made medical comforts, but I'm an idiot. Captain, Kurt's game of rugby was a rousing success. Everyone was eager to get involved. Even yourself, Doctor, you didn't seem the sort. I'm not, but Kurt did drag me into a game. I was tackled fairly hard. I'm still feeling, to be honest. I'm not alone. Surprised there was so much roughhousing involved. Still had a great time, despite the multitude of aches and pains. Excuse me, I need to go lie down now. Captain, a suggestion. The ice of the camp seems stable enough we could conveniently drill a hole through it. For what purpose? Ice fishing. I understand the crew are quite adept in this pastime. It would prove a pathway to gather more food. Certainly I'll assign some crew to the matter. And I'm just gonna assign all scientists. I have no need for them right now. Thank you, Captain. I will direct them in their duties. Yes, you will direct yourself and your fellow scientists in the duty. Perhaps this will catch something worth our while. I'm telling you, you're jumping the gun here. And I'm telling you, you're out of your bloody mind. Gentlemen, what seems to be the issue here? Apologies for bursting in like this, but winter's on its way. We need to hunker down as soon as possible. We want to survive the cold, we want the camp to be set up for winter in 2 weeks. You disagree with this, Kurt? You want protection from the elements, I understand, but I know just how long winter can last. If we haven't stockpiled enough food, we'll starve to death waiting for winter to clear. So you wish to suggest a longer hunting period? Much longer. 5 weeks if we can. 5 bloody weeks? Winter will hit by then, are you mad? We just have enough to live off. 2 weeks is all we need. I'm sorry, I've been on the ice before, you talk like you have. Don't need experience to have common bloody sense, do I? Men, calm down. There's no need to turn this agreement personal. Captain, your thoughts? We have Kurt, we should take advantage of the hunting season for as long as possible. Then the season ends, we'll be ripped apart. Think it through. Mr. Hammond, it's enough. The decision has been made. I trust the captain's choice. Perhaps 2 weeks from now, circumstances will change. We will see. If you both carry on with your work. Fine. Okay. I trust you, Captain. I've had a bad case of hiccups this entire year. The earlier debut between Mr. Hammond and Mr. Darling was quite worrying. If a navigator and engineer at odds, to divide amongst our crew of 4. Hammond and Kurt should learn to respect my authority. Both men are not one to bend to disagreement so easily. The crew is like the body. Each organ must be working in tandem if we are to survive. I know. Warm one today, relatively speaking. I never understood how we could get used to the cold. I can't even handle a proper summer back home these days. Now then, summer might be just what I need when I'm done with this. So this is as warm as it gets down here. Still cold, isn't it? You think you're cold? When you have old bones like mine. Hope I'm not stuck here when I'm old. Ah, you will be. You'll come back here one day, and then you'll get stuck here, and then you'll die. Right. Sit down the crew to hunt for penguins. Now, 3 of them will become freezing. And I think our scouts will become freezing as well, but not sure. But either way, we need this food more than anything. And then finally, the last member of our crew can be assigned here to gain some decorum. York the Third. Bit of research as well in case we need to hunt special species, which we can do during the winter. Dead of winter, I'm pretty sure we can still do these. I'd prefer to get emperor penguins rather than elephant seals. The elephant seals will harm us if we do stumble across their path. But after this, it's going to be the end of today's video. I've probably been recording for like 2 hours now. The crew have had their meal. Dinner is shared and stores are traded. Alright, you notice the sailors sit around the campfire, listening to Grimly as he plays an accordion. The same song from last week. More of the crew has joined in since then. Even the scientists, well, one of them, the engineers and the scout team as well. Templeton approaches you speaking in a hushed
Captain
tone.
has a frozen arse, hard as rock, no thawing soon. Never
Captain, do you
tells
hear
which
this?
way is south.
This has gone on
Hardly
long
tells
enough,
their
don't you
arse
think?
from mouth. They
Be nice to
never
crew at
had a
least.
notion for taking our command. Send
Against
us
you,
to
is this
the
what you
hells
want?
for biscuits we eat out of their hands.
I'm just gonna listen to this
We
first.
eat out of their hands. Captain Hunts could take a ship further than his fingertip. Captain Shaw can't move a pace. What a waste of hauling space. They never had a notion for taking our command. Send us to the hells for biscuits we eat out of their hands. We eat out of their hands.
I did hear more of the characters' voices now. I do like it. I love it, actually. Alright, now that Grimly is done. Beautiful playing. Alright, let's continue until you put a stop to it. Your leadership is in question. You have to ask. I have elected to leave Grimly be. Please respect that, Templeton. Very well. If you won't do something, I will. When it comes to close, Temple marches up to Grimly. Mr. Glossy, return to your post immediately. The old man carries himself before returning to his tent in the chain. Problem? Good song. What's it about? What? What is the song about? Crowd of sailors stay, watching the confrontation. I'll sure set you up to this. Just tell me, Mr. Stoke, what is the song about? Piss off. So you won't tell me? He reaches forward and grabs Templeton stiffly by the collar. I said piss off. Templeton, I told you to leave Grimly be. Showing seeds of mutiny is not something I can let be. You see, I'm fine with losing 10 loyalty to Templeton. It's 20 with Grimly. He's almost loyal to us. Then all we have to do is get Cordell up a little bit, and everything's all fine and dandy. Grimly releases his grip on Templeton's collar. It's like you're the one disobeying orders. Ahem. If you'll excuse me, Templeton slinks back to his tent as the crowd dissipates. We've been out here too long. Mr. C, just don't feel right in solid ice. Captain Hunt would tell me to suck it up if he was here. Feel the same. The ice is no home. Agreed. Sooner we're off the ice, the better. I will expect your decision, Captain. Believe me, though he will only continue to cause issues from here. I'm fine if the crew's making fun of me. It's all good fun, you know. Captain, I was playing with Cordell's dogs earlier. I think when I return home, I'm gonna get myself a pet. Not a dog, though. Maybe an exotic bird, like a parrot. That's the optimism. Good to hear. Better than worrying about what I can't control, right? Can I speculate what's happening thousands of kilometers away? Speculation does me no good. Yeah, you need to finish developing the film. I hate how it does unzoom me out every time. Oh, yeah, over here. Oh, are you ice fishing? Yes, are you interested? My father would often take me out fishing quite often. I have some experience, but of course, it's a different story on the ice. Feel free to take the reins, Doctor. Thank you, perhaps a bit later, though. How is my favorite crew members, Lady Cordell? Tired. They need their rest. I won't disturb them then, you know. You should treat them more often. They receive all the treats they need, I assure you. Stenberg and Pascal engaged in a fight this morning, more serious matter than usual scrap. Put a stop to it, but it is concerning. Those two often get along. Perhaps the pressure's finally getting to them. Let's do this to people, dogs no difference, nah. Do you think you're pushing him too hard, Cordell? There we go, I gained Cordell's loyalty. Now all I have to do is gain Grimly's. If I am, that is concern. If I'm not pushing them any farther than is necessary. But what necessary grows each week. Now we can see all the dogs in these dog igloos. Starting to miss the brow-beating heat. Calling this summer feels like a joke. Bundle up more, old man. It'll only get colder from out here. On a ship with Grimly and Hunt. To be honest, it's all I've ever known. Half my earliest moments are that. This is over. I'm not sure what to do. You served on a ship that young? Wasn't much else to do back then. Grimly, I didn't have any options. Hunt gave us one. I see the chief's got into a bit of a spot with Mr. Darlin. Aye. Hammond's brilliant, but he's adamant to make everything harder on himself. Not that Darlin's any better. I was looking at my contract, Captain. After you and Templeton are next in command. Still bleed die, I don't want this responsibility. Oh, now I can die, I don't want to subject the crew to your leadership. You've got that body right, Captain. Yeah, if we let Hammond be the leader, he's gonna throw people into the furnace, I can just tell. He'd throw people, he'd throw buildings, he'd throw everything in the furnace. Then he'd be the last one left. Alright, Captain, I've made friends with this crew. Kasha, Kurt, Jr., they've all treated me with kindness since I arrived. Sorry, I just had to say this out loud to someone. I suppose it sounds awfully childish to brag about it, doesn't it? Not at all, Arthur. I'm happy for you. Thank you, Captain. It's just happy to admit that there's something... I'm just happy I can admit something I like. It's kind of you to listen. Sometimes I just can't bloody read. I don't even know why. Anyways, it's colder than ever. At least we don't need more food constantly. And to be honest, I'd rather have an additional medicine bed than 2 food every week. But yeah, so many people are going to be frozen here, I didn't think of that. Let's speed it up a little bit. Jeez, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crew members are freezing. We're going to use a lot of fuel next time. But next time is for next time. Make sure to like, subscribe, and go follow me on Rumble, as now the night's gone. As it's just evening and night. That's gonna do it. I hope you all enjoyed. Definitely loved, I'm both playing this again. It's been like, what, 6, 8 months? Now I'm better at talking than I used to be. Whereas now I was nervous to actually say what the characters were saying. I'm not even sure why. Just nervous. Like, man, what if I missed it up and say the wrong thing? And then everybody's gonna be like, ugh, you're an idiot, no, in the comment section. But no, I'm not. I don't understand it. Anyways, it's only negative 36 degrees Celsius. It's not that cold. I think these guys are just a bunch of babies. Although then again, I've never been in negative 36 degrees Celsius. This thing. I think I've been in temperatures that are freezing. Let me think. 0 degrees Celsius is when water freezes. I've probably been in a bit colder than that. When I used to live in Wisconsin. Especially when it was snowing and the winds were high. I'd probably say that one time, maybe a little bit lower than 0. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. But I think I've been in somewhere colder than 0 degrees Celsius, but honestly I don't remember. I think including the wind, yeah, but not, maybe no. Only negative 36 don't seem that bad. But that's gonna do it. Meaning Frostpunk, they're going down to the point where liquid nitrogen's falling out of the sky.